Tell me about your guys, man. I know you're doing a lot of stuff with your son, a lot of these young guys here, man. What's going on with the Fernando's Fight Factory right now?
Feroz Fight Factory, we have, we came to California as an amateur team, to win the, California State Championships. Then we won the Desert Showdown, a bunch of kids, and I love doing that because of the fact that that's how I got my start. You know what I mean? And the kids, they get happy, man. They get belts, they get, and the only way we're gonna get experience is by traveling out of Los Vargas, Nevada. Why? Because the people that run USA Boxing over there, things are gonna change. You know what I mean? And you guys are gonna see one day things are gonna change pretty soon. But because there's not fights, there's not shows every weekend like there is here in California. So, we go and had a great turnouts for the fights, the amateur fights, and we won California State Championships, and we won the Desert Showdowns, and now we're gonna go to the PLs in Oxnard, into my backyard. But right now, I'm here with Francisco Esparza. He's gonna do his pro debut, and he's hungry, and you're gonna see another future world champion.
Do you see a big difference in this generation, Fernando, than the one that you grew up in? Is it better, worse, or do you see a difference at all with these new kids? Or even the amateurs now, the older ones?
Well, I mean, that I've seen, people like to complain a little too much. Like when I say, oh, you're going to spar today? I'm going to spar? Did I stutter? Yeah, you're going to spar. You're going to spar today. Yeah, I was a kid. I sparred every day as a kid. And as a matter of fact, if I didn't have no sparring, I'd cry. You know what I mean? I'd be like, there's no sparring, and I hated not sparring. So, when it comes to the fighters nowadays, I always tell my sons and them, I'm like, you guys are babies. You know what I mean? Or don't start acting like a prima donna. You guys ain't nobody. You guys are just because your last name is Vargas, vato, it's because of me, not because of you. And I tell them, you're not going to get a free, easy ride. As a matter of fact, people are going to come hard on you because they're going to say, you can't fight. He's just Fernando Vargas' son. You can't fight. And that's why you got to train extra hard and be extra disciplined. And my smallest one, El General, Emiliano Fernando Vargas, that fool's, he does everything I tell him to do. He listens, he runs, he won't eat something if I tell him not to. He doesn't mess around. Amado, he's going to be fighting at the PALs in Oxnard. He's a savage too. He didn't want to do it for a while, and he did it for a while, and then he had one fight, he won it. Gave the guys like 2 standing 8 counts, 3 in the whole fight, and then he retired. But now, and then he retired, and then now he says, Dad, I want to fight again. I said, all right. So we started training, we started sparring. I've been sparring him. We're getting ready for the PALs, and he's gonna go as a novice division, but he's a savage too. Amado, then we have Junior. Junior, he has a lot of God-given talent. He has a lot of power. He's a power puncher that, a southpaw, but, he needs to be disciplined. And, I'm not gonna, like I told him, I'm not gonna push you. You don't have to push. Nobody ever had to push me. Nobody ever told me, hey, Fernando, you have to get up to go run. Hey, Fernando, you gotta go train. I walked to Colonia from my house. A 4-mile walk. It took me an hour as a kid. So you're not gonna tell me about dedication and about the will to want to be who I am today. I go, so, I tell you, I'm having we're bumping heads a little bit, and I'm like, he's not at my house no more. He lives with my pastor, which is good. I got him in college. I got his colleges paid for. I got all my kids' colleges paid for. But he's a smart kid. He got the Millennium Award. Getting his colleges paid for because he had a 5.0, 4.0, I don't know, like a straight A's for 4 years all through high school. So he got the Millennium Award in Vegas. He got his colleges paid for, but I got his colleges paid for anyway. So I have him in UNLV. He's in UNLV, and I'm like, Vato, go to school. Just go to school. I love you as my son. Oh, Dad, I want to fight. Okay, well, don't. You know what? He told me that already. I love you. I support you. Let's go to school, and then we'll see right now what happens after that.
Fernando, last one. Who's a fighter right now as a trainer and even as a fighter? Who's one guy right now that you kind of like, that you have your eye on, that says, you know what, man, this guy's going to be pretty good, or he's already pretty good? One fighter right now you see.
Mikey Garcia, come on, man. Comes from the pedigree. Come on, comes from my jefe. Comes from the Garcia dynasty. Comes from the bloodline, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like my jefe said like this. He goes, Fernando, la sangre nunca miente. Fernando, the blood never lies. He goes, quiero que hagas un gallo de pelea de dos gallinas. I want you to make one fighting rooster out of two chickens. You can't. So the blood never lies, you know, and my kids have it in them. And guess who's gonna fight too? China's gonna fight. But you guys don't even know that. But I'm training her, and she's gonna at least have 3 fights. So that way, just in case some fool tries to act stupid with her, she's gonna put it on her. She won't even need to call her brothers or me. She'll handle it herself.
So Mike and you, going to be one of the best pound for pound fighters out there.
Watch, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world for a long time.
You think he beats Crawford and Pacquiao? Those are the names that they've been throwing out there. How do you see that?
I guarantee you he'll do it. And he'll do it with intelligence, with precision, and punching power like he has.
Fernando, man, always great talking to you, man. I appreciate the interview, baby.